Okay, for the second part of 2.1, we're just going to finish some examples, kind of doing what we've been doing, just a little bit differently. So the last two examples we had were in just a polynomial form. Now we have them in standard form, vertex form. I have f of x equals x minus 6 squared plus 8. So can I see my vertex in this equation right away? Yes. Where is it?
6, 8.
Okay, so it's 6, 8. Remember, Jaden, it's opposite direction because it's x minus h in the formula.
Yeah.
Okay. So vertex is 6, 8. Axis is symmetry.
X equals 6.
X equals 6. X-intercepts. Now I just, no matter what the form is, any equation, I set it equal to 0. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so X-int. And I have 0 equals x minus 6 squared plus 8. How would I solve that?
Subtract your 8.
Subtract my 8.
And then
Square root both sides. Does it have an x-intercept? What's wrong with what I'm trying to do? Yeah, I'm trying to take the square root. I'm trying to take the even root of a negative number. Is that real?
No.
Nope. So there's no x-intercept. What about the y-intercept? How do I find it? Plug 0 in for x. So y would equal 0 minus 6 squared plus 8. So 36 plus 8. 4.
Yeah.
So 0, 44. Okay, that's pretty high up there, isn't it? Okay, but do we need to remember how? I mean, how many of you, actually everybody but one person missed that on the test, right? And it doesn't matter what equation I threw out at you. If you've never seen it before, you find a y-intercept by plugging zeros in for x's. Okay? What's our domain? All real numbers. Because why? Why did you know it that quick?
That's what you told us yesterday.
Because what kind of a function is it?
Standard.
Quadratic? Okay, it's quadratic. The domain of all quadratics, unless you put them in an application problem, is all real numbers, correct? Okay, the range is what we're going to have a different issue with. Does this parabola open up or down? Up. Okay, I'm making you do this without graphing at first because we need to start visualizing things. It goes up, and where's it start? Where's its vertex? 6, 8. Okay, so it's 6, 8. It's here, and it's going up. So what's my range? What's my smallest y value? Y is greater than or equal to 8. If it was negative, it'd be y is less than or equal to 8. Correct? Okay, so now we can graph it. This is the great thing about graphing. Here's my vertex. I just go 6 and I go 8. And evidently 6 and 8 on the axes are the same on mine. And then go up. Am I going to see where it crosses the y-axis?
No.
No, because it crosses at 44, correct?
I mean, you could just
Always put 0. Don't forget about 0.
do like a straight line over and
Oh,
then
that would be wrong.
44.
Yeah, that would be wrong, especially when that's 8.
No. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Okay, I didn't ask for the domain to range, but should you be always ready to do that?
No.
Yes. I was helping Dasha with domain or range domain last night. I feel like I'm talking to you guys. Questions? Okay, write the equation in vertex form, which also is known as what form? Standard form. Okay, so I have a vertex. and it goes through. So what is standard form? Y equals, give it to me in letters.
A parentheses x minus h plus k.
X minus H.
Yep, x minus h squared. And why is it squared? Because we're dealing with a parabola, right? Now, it should have, all of these are parabolas today, but on your test, I will say the absolute value function, or f of x, like the parent function, is the absolute value of x. So whatever that is, that goes around that h minus k, doesn't it? Okay, so what is 2, 3? What variables are that?
H and K.
H and k. So 2, 3, we have h and we have k. What's 0 and 2?
Your X and your Y.
An x and a y. What are we missing that we have to have? A. So we have to have, when we're done with the equation, we're going to have an x and a y in it, aren't we? Yes? But we have to figure out A. So how am I going to figure out A?
You put in your X and your Y into your H and K.
You plug in x, y, h, and k and solve for A. So 0 minus 2 squared plus 3. Okay, so negative 2 squared is
This is my equation.
4.
Never mind.
4. Okay, wait a second. We're going to subtract 3, right? Yeah. Okay, so I get negative 1. So negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times A is
4A.
4A. So A is
1/4. Negative.
negative 1/4. So now I have A and I have H and K. Can I write my equation in standard form? Yes. So I have Y equals negative 1/4 x minus 2 quantity squared plus 3. We've done this before. We're going to do it again. And before, when I made you do it, you didn't really have to because every time it came out to be 1, correct? It's not going to come out to be 1 every time. Not anymore. Questions on what we did? We plugged in H, K, X, Y, solved for A, and then plugged it back in, didn't we? Too bad we don't have like a slope intercept form, like a point slope form that we could do this in. Does that make sense? Because A is kind of our slope, right?
You've already taught me too many formulas, Ms. May.
Okay, try this one on your own.
Too many for my brain.
Well, we've got more, Bladen.
My chiropractor was, how's school? I was like, it's going. Me and math don't get along. He was, you and math or you and the teacher? Me and math. He goes, there's too many rules.
Did you get A to be 2? So Y equals 2. X plus 2 quantity squared minus 2. Lots of 2s. Too many 2s. 2 2s. Did it go okay? Okay. Okay. Now we get a fun one. A baseball is hit at a point of 3 feet above the ground at a velocity of 100 feet per second at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the ground. The path of the baseball is given by the function f of x. Oh, that should really be on one line, shouldn't it? F of x equals negative 0.0032 x squared plus x plus 3, where f of x is the height of the ball in feet and x is the horizontal distance. So if I draw a guy right here, he's got his bat, and here's the ball. How's that ball, like, what's the trajectory look like for that ball? It looks like a what?
Rainbow.
Parabola.
A parabola. Okay, now, this is 3 feet. Well, that's probably not 3 feet, but this is 3 feet, yes? Okay. If you think about it, anything we do, any sport we play, when we kick, we hit, we bat, we throw a ball, what is the shape of the path of the ball? It's a parabola. Now, we love to think that we could throw a perfect spiral that is absolutely flat. Odds are probably not. So it's always going to have a negative leading coefficient, yes? Because it's gravity fights us down. Except there is one. Well, there's a couple different ones you could do. What about a golf ball?
You hit it.
Can it go down? Think about it. It's different
If you hit it into the water.
if you hit it into the water. So actually, I shouldn't have said except, sorry. So is there anything that can look like this for a ball?
Bowling ball.
A bowling ball can look like that?
Yeah, you throw it.
Oh, when you throw it.
And it bounces.
Well, if you do that, it would look more like this, correct?
Yeah.
That would be more like a inverted sine wave. Okay.
Oh, no.
But is there anything that looks like this? Anything? I don't think so, do you?
Frisbee.
Frisbee.
I've definitely seen a frisbee be thrown like towards the ground and then it'll catch air and go back up.
Oh, really? Well, but that's different. It's a frisbee isn't a ball. It actually can catch air. But
There is a bowling.
anyway, so any sport we play with a ball, is this what happens to the ball? Yes. Okay, so we have an equation. Yes. And it wants to know what is the maximum height. So if I'm looking for the maximum height, I'm looking for the what? What is this up here?
Vertex.
The vertex. How do you find the vertex? Savannah?
X equals negative b over 2a.
X equals negative b over 2a. That will give us the distance, how many feet out, right? And then we plug it in to find out what? How many feet up. Okay, so negative b over 2a. Well, that should be pretty easy. So negative 1 over, well, what's 2 times 32?
64.
64. So negative 0.0064. Well, the negative and negative is a positive, yes? Can I leave a decimal in a fraction?
Yes.
No, because that's a decimal, that's a fraction in a fraction that does not work. So I have to multiply the bottom by 10, 100,000, 10,000? Yes?
Yes.
So the top would be also by 10,000? Well, 10,064, what goes into both?
8-2.
8? Does the 8 go into 10,000? I know 4 does. Can we go with 4 first?
Yeah.
Okay,
16.
so that gives me 16, and 4 goes into 125. Well, 2 then goes into both of them, right? Four would four still go into them? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. So I get 4 again. 4 goes into 25. 5 goes in 50. Wait.
6.
How about 6? Yes. Thank you. Because I did it in my head and had the answer. Now when I write it out, I'm going to mess it up. Okay. It goes in there 6 with 1 left over, so there'll be 25. 4 does not go into 625, does it? No. But can you divide 4 into 625 without a calculator? Yes. Okay, 4 into 6 is how much?
1.
1. With 2 left over. 4 into 22?
4.
5.
5.
With 2 left over.
6.
And 6 with 1 left over. And it goes into 10 2 times with 2 left over, so 5. So 165.25 feet is the maximum. Oh, that's this right here, yes?
Yes.
So now to find my height, I have to put this back into here. And I am not doing that without a calculator. Are you? No.
Obviously I am.
Okay, so in your calculators,
Yes, I am.
you see, I gotta erase some of my pretty artwork.
How dare you? It's gorgeous.
I know. So you're gonna put negative 0.0032 parenthesis 15625 squared plus 15625 plus 3.
237.375.
Just a second. I gotta erase my work too.
No.
What'd you get approximately? 237.
237.375.
So 38. Since we went hundreds on that one. So you notice I put the approximately. Did everyone get approximately 237.38 feet? Okay.
Ain't no way little Timmy just making.
So is that gonna get over second base?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get over second base. Probably gonna get caught by an outfielder, right? At that, it's not gonna hit the gap between the outfield and the second base. I want to know when it hits the ground.
Oh, home run.
The next 156.25 feet.
Well, it's obviously just double, so it's.
Does it?
237.38 more feet
Where did we start, guys?
from
3
home
feet.
plate.
Oh.
Oh, we started 3 feet up. I was thinking the 3 feet up. So you're saying obviously we just double
add
it, right?
3 feet. Add 3 feet.
No, but that's up. That's not out. I was thinking that's up, not out.
What? Are you talking about?
Okay, so how would we figure that out? Bladen's theory is we can just double this times 2. So if we times 2, what do we get? 50. So 212.5 feet. That's his theory. Okay? But what I'm looking for is an x-intercept, yes? Correct? And I would factor, but do you want to factor this?
Wouldn't it be 312, not 312?
Oh, yes, because I forgot to carry a 1. Thank you. Okay, so does anyone want to factor this?
No.
No. So if we don't want to factor it, but we need the zeros, we have to use the what? Starts with the Q. The quadratic formula. So negative b, that's not too bad, right? Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times A times C. So 4 times 3 is negative 12, right? And a negative here is going to make that a positive. And then I'm just going to put 0.0032 all over 2A. So negative 0.0064. And you are going to put that in your calculator, but you're going to put parentheses around the numerator. And how many times do we have to put this in my calculator? Once or twice? Twice, because it says plus or minus. You guys doing the plus or the minus? I'll do the other one. Yeah, I'll do the minus. You guys all do the plus, I'll do the minus. Okay, so you guys should have got approximately 2.97 feet, negative 2.97 feet. Is that what you got?
Hold up, I'm not there.
Hmm?
Hold up, I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there. So poke.
Okay, what?
You should have gotten negative 2.97. Is that what you guys got?
Yes.
Okay, I got 315.47. Well, is negative feet going to be good for this domain? No, because we said all quadratics are all real numbers except you put them into a application problem, right? So our domain is not all real numbers, is it? Our domain would be 0 to whatever. Actually, it'd only be 0 to here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because can we go into the ground with the ball? Not unless you're like Superman. And that's,
So many breaks.
yeah. So our domain is actually, if I put parentheses around here, actually, oops, it'd be 0 to 315.47. That's our domain, isn't it? Because we can't have a ball go back behind us, like, can't go forward.
I did say add 3 feet and then double it.
You did say add 3 feet and double it. Well, if you added 3 feet and double it, you wouldn't do that. This would be adding 3 feet after you doubled it.
Well, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant.
So.
Okay, so was Bladen close?
Yes.
Yeah, but was it exactly right just to double it? Nope. And it does come from the fact, you know where your 3 feet are, Bladen?
Where?
Okay, we're starting right here at 0. Your 3 feet come over here
Yeah.
because this is negative 2.97.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's where your 3 feet come into play. This missing 3 feet.
Makes sense. I'm a genius.
See, you always ask, where are you going to use this? Right here.
I'm not gonna be doing this at a baseball game. Who do you think I am?
Me neither, Mrs. White.
We did this already. Okay, do you guys want to do one more completing the square before I let you go on your own? Yes. Okay, which one of these looks like fun? Let's see. Not an easy one. We want a hard one.
That one. That one.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay, one more completing the square before I let you on your own. So you have f of x equals negative 4x squared plus 5x minus 6.
Take out the 6.
Kick it out. Kick out the 6.
And you gotta take out a 4.
Now you got to take out a 4, a negative 4 to be exact. So we get x squared, that's going to be nice. But when I divide positive 5 by negative 4, I get negative what?
Fourth.
What was that? 5/4 x?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to put my plus after my x and my minus out times negative 4 times whatever I get here. Why did I put this negative 4 there?
Because you picked it.
Because you kicked it out, and that's in the parentheses, right? So you'd have to distribute it. Okay, so you have negative 5/4 divided by 2. So that's multiplied by a half. So 5/8 squared gives you
25 over 64.
25/64. And in and 25/64 out. Now, I always deal with this front part first because it's easy to deal with. I know the answer. So that's negative 4x, and whatever this sign is here goes there, minus, and right here is what goes, 5/8. Because if you take 5/8 plus 5/8, you get, I'm sorry.
What did you even do
What I do what?
with the 5/4 and the 1/2?
I multiplied them. Because if you take 5/4 divided by 2, isn't that multiplied by 1/2?
Where'd you get the 2 from?
The formula.
Oh yeah, the X minus.
Yeah.
Now it makes more sense now.
The negative b over 2a.
How'd you get rid of the 25 and 64?
The factors of 25/64 that add to 5/4 are 5/8 and 5/8.
Alright, quit putting your nasty hair on my paper. I'm tired of it.
Okay, so now I need to simplify this out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so a negative and a negative is going to be a
Positive.
positive. 4 goes into 64, 16.
Yes.
So I have negative 6 plus 25/16. So I need to get common denominators. So 6 times 16 would be 96. So negative 96 plus 25, so it's going to be a negative, yes. So 171. And I'm pretty sure 71's prime, aren't you?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it really wouldn't matter because I know that 16's even and 2 does not go into that, right? So 71 over 16. Actually, I know 16 is a bunch of 2's and no 2 goes into 71. That was about the hardest you're going to get. Okay? Questions?